Yes, people, and welcome back to Chelski TV, the What's Going On podcast. Sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. Having a bit of technical issues with my lighting and stuff like that. I have to go and borrow my daughter's lighting. So sorry for the 5 minute delay. Not that it really matters, but it is what it is. Listen, before you do anything, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. And thank you for those people that have subscribed in the past couple of days. I really appreciate that. The show must go on, and we have got a lot to talk about. It's international week. It's come to an end. The Premier League is back, and I am looking forward to that. Not necessarily with the injuries that Arsenal have picked up, and that's one of the conversations that we're going to be having tonight. The injury crisis at Arsenal. How are we going to figure this one out? Odegaard picking up a major injury that will probably keep him out for the next 7 or 8 games, including missing the North London derby and going away to the Etihad, and in between that, away games at Atalanta. But listen, we have to cope. If Arteta's got the minerals to do this, yeah, we've got the squad, so-called squad. Then let's see what happens during this period. An uncertain period. Some people are claiming that if we go and lose to Tottenham and we lose to Man City, then that's pretty much the season over for Arsenal. What do you think, guys? Put it in the chat and let me know, or in the comments at the end, let me know what you think. But yeah, we have a show to talk about this evening, and we will be looking at some top topics. Obviously, the internationals been on this week, as you well know. England have played League Castle football, some expansive football. Going to get your views on that, your thoughts on that from the panel. Also, trophies v profits. How will it end with the Chelsea owners? Football authorities serving up a lot of football. When will these players get a rest? And listen, we're talking about the internationals and the amount of internationals that have been played over this period up until March. We're talking about 3 internationals, not including the one that we've just gone through, where players have got injured. And lastly, pivotal weekend for some clubs. Will it be setback or business as usual? So listen, let's go. So listen, I'm going to stop waffling on and whatever. As I said, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new, and we'll go for this. So I'm going to hand Mr. Big D in. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mouthful. Trying to get all
that information. That's all right, mate.
But it
is get it out there, man. Get that intro out, man.
Gotta get that intro out, you know what I mean? Gotta get that intro out. And listen, before we commence in the show, the first thing I want to ask you, how's your week been? How's your weekend been? How's the international treated you? How's your club doing? Or should I say, how's your players that have been heavily criticised? A certain man like De Ligt, and you know, we'll delve into that and any other business. Yeah, but listen, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm all right, matey. Good weekend, birthday weekend, mate.
Yes, man. Big up.
55 years old, you know,
bro. We gave with that, man.
Mad, innit? You know the ones.
Where does the time fly, bro? Yeah, I remember coming to your 50th, boy, and that was like crazy, the other day. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, myself, obviously, as you well know, celebrated 33 years of marriage to the missus. So, yeah, man.
Congrats,
so
man.
It's
big things.
Big things when I go on, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
really appreciate those people that show me love on Insta, and my soulmate, as it were. Yes. Big up to sentiments. Yeah, Arteta out.
He's done, mate. He's already done. He's done enough.
Is he going to be out? Well, listen, we know players want him out. Kroenke out. Edu out. Listen, bro. Listen, the window that we've had, has it been enough? That's the question that we're going to be asking ourselves. As the window that Arsenal have just come through, has it been enough? Is it going to be enough to get us over the line? My personal opinion, and I've been having this argument with people, I don't think it's going to be that. Arteta psycho that's out, yeah. Listen, he's definitely going in. He's definitely going in. He's definitely going in. Big up to
enough, mate. Man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man.
Yeah, listen. Look.
I get it, man. I get it.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? We have had a transfer window. Some fans are marking it 7, 8 out of 10. Why? I have no idea. I said mine was a 3-stroke 4 out of 10 because I don't think we did enough. And looking at how thin our squad is as well, we've got probably the smallest squad in the Premier League with 22 players. Yeah, first team players, and right now we've got 4 or 5 key players out. Oh yes, we haven't seen Moreno, we haven't seen much of Calafiori, but you've got the likes of obviously what's his name? He's not injured, but he's going to miss the next game, and that's Declan Rice.
Yeah, suspension. Yeah,
suspension. Because of that second yellow card, and then Martin Odegaard picking up a major injury that will keep him out for about. Well, I was listening today, and they were talking to one of the medical staff. I'm not too sure if it was the Norwegian medical staff to say that he's possibly going to be out for 3 weeks. But listen, he wasn't wearing a protective boot when he was getting his flight back to England, but when he went down, it did not look good. It didn't look good at all.
Yeah, you could tell he was in a lot of pain there, innit?
Yeah. Man. Man. Thanks for that, man. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the day, week, year, decade together. Well, we got, you know what I mean? Yeah, listen. Thanks for that, bro. And obviously giving it.
Yes, sir.
Respect, so D, we will delve into that because I think the internationals and the games that we are playing is just absolutely ridiculous. The amount of games that we're playing with the new Champions League format, with the new Europa League format, we're playing a lot more games. And I don't think we've got a squad big enough to cope. Do you know what I mean? And there's going to be Arteta needs to really show his mettle, show his minerals, show his tactical nous. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if he wants players that are going to play in various positions, then let's see what you've got. First test is Spurs away. Okay, Cove said it will be on soon. Yeah, big up Cove, man.
Big up Cove, man.
Big up. Yeah, first game away. We got 3 back-to-back away games. First of all,
what in the Premier League?
No,
Champions League as well. Yeah.
If you include that in there, Spurs away, Atalanta away on the Thursday, and then Man City away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, last week, Norm, remember I said to you that I felt our squad was light, and because of what we shipped out, whether it be on a free or and you said it, and then look at them injuries now. Like your captain's injured. Yep. It's like okay. Massive. And people say, oh, well, the squad's too big. If you're a good coach, you can accommodate that big squad. You can rotate properly. Everyone knows they're getting minutes, and obviously you got to perform to get in the starting 11. Like if the starting 11 is not guaranteed, that tells you got a good squad. Pep's been doing it for years.
Yeah,
he just dropped Kyle Walker like that. Rico Lewis is playing. Next minute, Rico take a bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone that's trying to compete with Man City right now.
Yeah. We don't. Sorry to cut in there. I don't think Arsenal have that kind of level of luxury that Man City have, and I'm sorry that we have to compare ourselves to Man City. But normally Pep plays with a small squad. Yeah, he plays with a small squad, and he's got quality right out through that bench. Now we've lost. We've lost a number of players. Obviously we wanted Eddie out. He's gone now, but did we get a cover for him? I don't think we've got a cover for him. Reece Nelson is gone. Now you could turn around and say Raheem Sterling would be the one. And big up to Raheem Sterling and his baptism and all of that still. Yeah,
you see that?
That one was out of the blue, bro. Man, as some people have been saying on the social media, the man is running away from hell. I'm not talking about the literal.
Chelsea.
About Chelsea. But
the ones.
Yeah. You're saying.
Yeah, it's the sustainability with these. Remember, we've got another international in October, bro.
Exactly.
Again, and so this is what I said about the international.
Sorry to cut you. One in March as well.
Right, and if they're for World Cup qualifiers, I'm cool with that. But just running the mill friendlies, getting your players in. Can I ask you this question? These European
games that we're playing, these international, what's it called? The ones we're playing now.
Oh, is this for the Nation League?
The Nation League.
Yeah.
Now they replaced it with friendlies. Yeah,
right.
So is it competitive? Because at the end of the day, you're putting leagues and that you do win something at the end of it. But again, I think it's all about the money. Yeah,
this is the problem we have, Norm, is that if that was labelled friendly rather than Nations League, their managers are pulling even more players off, Norm.
Yeah.
And so I think to stop them doing it, they're saying it's the Nation League. And so it's a official game with an official cap, for your country, all this kind of stuff. But the truth is, it's just a glorified friendly.
That's right.
Like, so our players, your defenders, these guys that are going to play in South America, they're playing World Cup qualifiers.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I'm cool. You want to play for your country? It's a World Cup qualifier. Go do it. But what's going on over in Europe? It's just glorified friendlies, which they've created into a Nation League to make more money, Norms.
And that's what I'm saying. So I mean, let's tackle that, and that's the subject matter of football authorities serving up an awful lot of football. When will our players get rest? And this kind of sort of falls into the situation that's now happened with Odegaard now getting injured. One of our key players, it's
captain, bro.
Captain
Bridge, you know what I mean?
It's not looking good, but you see, the flip side of that, D, is, okay, we've lost him. Now, what can Arteta serve up? Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, you feel that you've got a squad. Edu's come out and said they've got a squad that they feel that can challenge for the league this season. But you've got to realise that you're going to need a half-decent squad that's got depth, right? Yeah. That can, if somebody comes in, there's not a major drop-off. Right now, Arteta likes utility players that can play in different positions. But the problem is now, it's almost like a chess game now, because it's now we have it to be... Now the conversation is now, who do we play in the position of Odegaard? Because now we haven't got a backup for Odegaard. Now, listen, I don't rate Fabio Vieira. I've never rated the guy. Right? Yeah. And the fact is, I want him sold, but go and replace him with something decent. You understand? Because when they bought Fabio Vieira from Porto, they bought him for 35 million. 35 million that's wasted and gone down the drain, only for them to now go and send him back on loan to the same club that they bought him from. Yeah?
So he's not even with you at the moment. Wow.
So it's right. So we're short there. So the problem is now you're going to say, well, okay, who can play? Listen, Odegaard is a natural 10.
Right.
Trossard is not a natural 10. He can play, of course. You've got people that can play in their natural position. Yes, I get it. The modern game, D, we get it. The modern game is that you want players that can play in multiple positions. But the problem is when one gets injured, you're having to now move that one here. Now there's talk about maybe Shevchenko playing as an 8 because we've got Moreno out. Before that, he was playing Shevchenko as an inside left back.
Here's the question for you, Norm. Can Saka play in the 10?
The people have said that, but you've not seen enough of him. It's not to say that he can't. People talked about it. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but there's not enough. I've not seen enough to say
I'm looking at his skill set. As in, the way he uses his feet, the way he can pick a pass, and so it's like, okay, it's not going to be for the season, but I'm like if he's trying to, like you say, you're looking at him now and saying, Arteta, what you got? Now, if he can say, right, you know what, I'm going to play Saka in the 10, and then I've still got my wide options of
Martinelli, Trossard, or Raheem Sterling now.
Raheem's there. Actually, Raheem can play in the 10, no?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Before.
But as I said, we haven't seen enough of him. I know it sounds crazy playing for Arsenal. Yeah, he might have done it.
Yes, exactly. He
might have done it for Chelsea. He might have done it for Man City or whatever. But for Man City, he played predominantly on the left, cutting in on the right. He could switch. He could play.
And I actually forgot about Raheem. That as you just, it was like, But if you look at it, just say he doesn't really want to mess with Saka on the right.
I think that will just mess up the
then it probably is Raheem Sterling. And be honest with you, sometimes a player like Raheem will need that baptism of fire to say, listen, injury has you stepping up, right? Like you're starting. I wasn't even going to start you, but now I am going to start you. And they're saying he's been training well. He hasn't had the distraction of England international, so he should be fairly fresh. He's just training and whatever else he does in his part time. So this is.
Right now, do you remember?
Yeah, Bill Christ.
That was so funny. Yo, that was a funny scene. That's a funny scene. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, mate? You know what I mean? It's a disgrace. Yeah, it's a disgrace. All right, come on,
yeah, and so it could be Raheem's time now, even though maybe in his mind he was thinking, I'm going to be a part-bit player until I gel. He may have to throw him to the Wolves and throw him to the Wolves in a big game in a North London derby as well.
But you know what though, D? I wouldn't be so worried about throwing him into a North London derby because he's experienced enough. He's played in
exactly. Yeah, he's not a novice.
You know, Man City. He's played in the biggest games.
Yeah, he played on the big derbies.
I'd be more worried about maybe throwing Ethan Ranrieri, who's young, he's only 17. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, well, maybe throw Ethan in, just throw him in and see what happens. But when it comes to a North London derby, mate, if he drops off, the fans are going to be having a go. So I would personally, depending on how that game sort of turns out, I would probably say, you know what, let's bring him on later. Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't throw him in straight away. You know, that's a cold drink coming there.
The truth is, you can give June. Sorry. Yes, June, to build yourself, bro. You can give Raheem a good 50 minutes to an hour in the 10 just to see where his fitness level is. You know what I mean? And then you know what?
He's had a pre-season, D. So that's not
exactly,
a worry.
That's what I'm saying. So and he hasn't been away. So he hasn't been away. With England. So and I don't even know if he's been bothered about England now because it's been a minute. But you know, I mean, yeah, people say that Saka can play that CDM. I mean that central attacking midfield. But I think it takes away a lot from what he gives you on the right.
And that's the worry, dude. Yeah, that's for me. That's the worry.
I would be like, if I'm Arteta, I'm saying now I'm just going to roll the dice on Raheem on this one because at the end of the day, at some point he's agreed that he can work with the squad he's got, knowing that there's going to be suspensions and injuries. Obviously, the Rice one, nobody really banked on that, man. There's 2 yellow cards.
And knowing that the amount of games we're playing, a lot more games. There's not a winter break. Yeah,
exactly.
You've got all of these internationals that are happening. 3 internationals. The first one's gone September. We've got another one in October, followed by one in March. So the other one in October is for the
is that World Cup qualifiers or
no? That's for the what you call it?
Nation League again.
Nation League again.
Nah, no. See, this is my problem with it.
Yeah, and then
it's not a World Cup qualifier. It's not necessary.
In March starts the World Cup qualifiers for the European side of it.
Like I said, I think I said last week, how can we have 3 game weeks in to a new season after the Euros and the Copa America? You didn't need this one. That means it's a needless injury on your part.
Yeah.
Yes, Judah, big up yourself, man.
Yeah.
So I look at it and go, nah, brother. That don't make any sense because now if I'm Arteta, I'm fuming. So basically he knows it's a glorified friendly, which they've just created into that. And this is why international managers and club managers normally fall out because it's unnecessary. Because they're even talking about certain players that can't be paid way too long in these games. Like
Saka, I was worried about Saka. Saka played a full 90 in the Northern Ireland game, and then I was thinking I know he's gonna start again against Finland. Lucky enough,
when's that tonight?
Yesterday. He brought him up. Yesterday. He brought him up after 60 minutes. Yes, big up.
Yes, Craig.
Craig, what are you saying, brother? So he brought him up after 60 minutes or so, something like 60, 70 minutes or so, which I thought was good because I didn't want him to play. And he brought a Madueke who set up a goal for Harry Kane. Fair enough, you know what I mean? So he brought Madueke. I don't know why he couldn't have brought Madueke in for the Northern Ireland game. Do you know what I mean? But listen, he's played 100 and odd minutes, worth of games, come away unscathed.
I was going to say, it wouldn't surprise me if Arteta made that phone call, mate, and said, listen, I know what you're doing here, mate, but I don't want to see this guy playing over 90 minutes against Finland. There's no need for it. This is what we complained. That's what you guys complained with Southgate about. You in the Euros, all these players that are balling out, just holding bench, game after game after game. And then when you get that squad get into a final or semi-finals, them guys are so leggy because they've just had to give too much in a tournament after a hard season. It's like what are you seeing here? As in, you selected the squad, and unless you're literally the puppet, and the FA selected that squad. Because I don't know whether you saw when they pushed him on the Mason Greenwood, because the Greenwood's form, and he had to just kind of, we didn't even really look at Mason. It was embarrassing actually, the way he had to backpedal on it, like to say, I want to expect that question, and maybe maybe England normally vet the questions, but they threw him a curveball. Like Mason Greenwood's been killing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we know what Harry offers, but Mason ain't going to come play for England. Yeah. And I don't think England will want him to play for them.
And Ben White has said, please don't contact me.
He's done. Is he done?
Look, I think that's the media just throwing it out there. I just think maybe Lee Carsley's just going off the back of what happened under the old regime. And I don't know whether he's made contact with him or not. But at the moment, I think it's probably now in Ben White's lap now to maybe go back and say, right, I'm ready to play. So, do you know what I mean? Because, listen, Rico Williams, Lewis, came in at left back and played well. Obviously, the main left back, which is your player who's still injured.
Well, talk of that, Norm. Yeah. Talk of that. I got to get to it. I took a snapshot, right? Because I couldn't even believe this, right? We talk about this technology all the time. And I saw something on the socials just before I came on, and I was like, nah, you've been winding me up. Surely we had this technology already, right? This HPO tech, right? It's the oxygen thing, Norm, to sit in the oxygen tank.
Right. Big up slotting nicely.
I swear,
what's this going on, bro? Slotting nicely. You joker. Yeah, you want to come and cook? You come and cook Big D, all right? You come to cook Big D.
Nah. Listen. I know it's hard times for United, man. Screw fixing up their stadium, everything, manager. They need a whole new change, man.
Yeah, I hear you, Cole. I hear you.
I told you there's some handymans ready to do the job, you know.
Wow, you did tell me that. He told me that. Kofi told me that.
Kofi cuss your house like that, man. Come on.
He's right though. He's right because there's a lot of talk that happened in the summer, and this is what I told somebody. I said that what United just did. They got a Bentley. He needed a new engine, so they took the old engine out, drained the engine oil out, got a brand new engine in it, and poured the old engine oil back into the brand new engine, which is Eric Ten Hag, and expected it to run smoothly. Rather than you go and get some premium engine oil to put in, you just changed that whole structure above him and kept him. Come on, man, what are we doing here? And I backed him. You guys know I backed him all last season till about the last month of the season. I just said, what's he doing? And so I look at that and say, you get what you know what I mean. You reap what you sow. You put old oil back into a brand new engine of structure. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was painful one, Kofi. That was a great win for you guys, man. Actually, take that one on the chin. You know the ones. It's one of them.
You know what? I kind of looked at it and I thought, I mean, we looked sharp, but then we kind of turned up.
You played within yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. You had more gears to go. You didn't really have to come out of third gear, to be honest.
And you came to Old Trafford and made us look like the away team. Like if that results at Anfield, I'd be like, you know what, we're crap on the road. It's at Anfield, man. Take it. At Old Trafford.
But that's the thing. It's like once one goal goes in, I was surprised to see heads just drop. It's like they were just waiting.
Listen,
that's the story. That's the story of Man U, mate.
I'll tell you now, Kof. If the goal that got disallowed, the first one, if that was given, that's a 6-0 game, bro. Trust me. We get absolutely cooked. We get absolutely cooked. Yeah, we get if that one stood after that goal, we get absolutely cooked, mate. I've seen enough of that mentality to know that if that one, because that one, I was like, thank God for that. That gave us a little bit of a breathing. But if that one was given, and that would have been a 5 or 6-0, bro. Trust me.
Definitely.
And it's just like, what are we doing here, bro? And it takes long to react as well. The way your guy changed up the in-game management our guys still looking at it and going, okay, well, you go on and play the same position as him. No, change it up. We're getting cooked in midfield. Absolutely dominating in midfield.
This is the interesting thing, which I want to see, like how this develops with Slot and how the team reacts to it, because his in-game management, like, if he sees something wrong and he doesn't like it, he's going to come and switch and turn it on players. So
and Trent has been a brunt of that, seen the brunt of that. You know what I mean? He didn't like it, but this is good. This is good leadership, good management, good tactics, and the fact that he could do that. Mourinho was like that as well. Could just change. Like, if he saw something that wasn't going right, he would change it up.
Yeah,
but this is what I liked about Slot.
Pep is the same.
This is what I liked about Slot, Norms and Cove. He saw my man throw a strop. He went straight to him, sat right next to him, and said, "Listen, brother, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Relax yourself." And I went back to coaching the game. I was like, "See that? Just shut up. Put a smile on your face. Cross your arms if you want. But I'm the manager. Relax yourself. If you don't like it, then find another club, bro." I actually respect that, because now Trent can't mug him off. Trent knows he's got to perform. And if he's not performing, he can hold bench for the second half. It's what it is.
Slot being careful about finding another club, because he's quite pivotal to you. Not that he's not signed a new contract. What's going on with that? There's a bit of a delay on that. What's going on with that, brother?
This contract issue is just, you know what? It's put more grays on my head, because like Van Dijk, man. You know what? You need to give Van Dijk contract, because Van Dijk's knocking on the door saying, "Look, I need more money." Like he wants a little bit more money. You got to give him a bit more. Come on, he's on 220.
Is it?
Yeah.
Salah, so he's looking at our guys over at Old Trafford and going, "What the heck, man? What's going on over there, mate? 350 and all that."
Well, I posted some of our. Did you see some of our?
Oh yeah. Your wage bill's heavy.
But COVID, let me just pick up on something you said in our chat week before last, and the fact that Mo Salah came out and said after the game. I know we're kind of backtracking on the Premier League last week, and he came out and said, "Bro, this could be my last season for Liverpool." And you came back and said on the chat, not this chat, but on our What's Going On podcast chat, that you would give this guy 400 grand a week. The man is what, 32, 31, going to be 32.
Yeah,
400 grand a week.
Listen,
and he's probably going to be looking at about a 3 or 4 year contract.
Yeah, but I looked at it and I said, look at the consistency of Salah over the years. And, he does do a lot for the team. It's not as if, like, you can see in games that, there's some games where, he doesn't even turn up. But there are times where, like, some of the work that he does goes...
He's a game changer. He's a game changer.
Underrated. And, that consistency to be fit every year. And he's still playing, 60-odd games a year?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, he is rarely injured. He's like Bruno in that sense. They're rarely injured. They're rarely injured. And so, I suppose, when you know that pressure of you carrying the team in certain parts of the season, and we've all got them players where you say, we need something out of this guy today, and they deliver, then sometimes, even if you moan about the money, because the money always sounds insane, sometimes you say, okay, to replace him, so to replace Salah's goals, like you're looking at spending what, 80 to 100 million?
Easily.
And the salary on top of that. So it's like, I mean, father time is father time, as we know, guys. But he doesn't, okay, he's not as quick as he was, but he's still delivering. And that's where you look at it and go, okay, we can let him go, and he's going to go on a free, or you're going to try and sell him in January, which is mad. Because that's what would happen. If he's not going to sign, you have to try and see if you can move him in January.
Yeah.
The question for you, Kofi. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking at it as also as it's a catalyst for the others to look at it and say, look, why am I getting a better deal? And a new.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It kind of sends out the wrong. Do you know what I mean? Message. Do you know what I mean? Because 400 grand, man. I mean, but what I would say is just a question to you, Kof, and maybe the chat would see what their thoughts are as well. Out of the three, that are going to be looking to run their contracts down. Well, there's talk that Virgil might sign a contract. There's been noise muted, but out of the three, who's likely not to sign their contract and move on to pastures new. According to sentiments, he was going to go to Ala Madrid. Now, there's 3 guys there: Trent, Salah, and Mo. Are they all going to sign a new deal, or do you think somebody will go?
I think it might be 2 out of 3
that will stay.
That will stay.
Yeah.
I know the 2.
I can't see all 3 of them getting their new contract.
Who stays?
Yeah.
And who goes?
Liverpool be mad not to get Trent's one done, but it's keeping that spine of the team, because you still want to keep a strong centre back, pairing, while Stott is like embedding his tactics and his style. So I would still keep Verge and Trent.
What? And let Salah go?
I don't know. It's like he's done so much, but then
I thought he was your key man.
No, but then the thing is, it's like you want to give others a chance, fresh start for like some guys who have been sitting on the bench. They need a start as well. So it might be like that. They might just drop Salah.
But, and that could be a wages thing as well, because Salah's the highest earner out of the 3 as well. So he's the eldest and the highest earner.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
Well, Van Dijk is no spring chicken. Van Dijk is 31.
31 now. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And listen, he's not going to have the legs. Listen, he's lost a yard of pace. He's still good. He's a good defender. But, mate, you know what I mean? It's another year.
Yeah, but then
plus he hasn't retired, Kofi, from international.
Van Dijk still got the assurance Van Dijk still got the assurance that he's got Kwanzaa behind him, or he's got Konate to cover those areas. So he knows that there's a little bit of assurance there, and Alisson wants to stay. So that could be pivotal for him.
But then you've got that goalkeeper that you've sent back on loan that you just bought. Your frantic, your frantic window. You're buying 2 players.
So Kofi, is Alisson? Is he only got a year left on his contract, Alisson?
I think he's got. Yeah, I think he's got about 18 months, something like that.
Is he?
Just done that. But it'll be good to tie his one, because he's kind of. That's that spine. That's what I'm saying. The spine of the team. You've got to keep that spine strong.
But looking at what sentiments they say, no Salah, no goals. The CBs are crap. These are very difficult to replace. VV. Now, then you go back to here, and he said you more likely to replace Trent, because you can probably get a right back, and you just add creation to your midfield like a Zubamendi. Yeah, even though he's like a number 6, but you know what I mean. So. What sentiments he's saying here is that keep Mo, keep the spine of the team, keep Virgil, and get rid of. I'm assuming he's saying get rid of Trent.
No, I want Trent. I want Trent in the team. Trent's supposed to be the next captain. So I want him to keep the line, man.
So you're happy. You're happy to lose a lot of goals then.
No, but there's goals within that team.
Because you've got a killer striker in Darwin Noodles. that will be very.
Forget that one. Forget that talk. This talk has been running on for too long, man.
Yo, bro, listen. Back as D said, back your man. What to with the t-shirt? Yeah?
In Noodles we trust, my guy. In Noodles we trust.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I'm gonna do what Noodles does every week now.
Just block his when he scores.
Cut out the noise, the chat, and let him just get his chance and do the work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just talking quickly. I mean, obviously with your squad and that, and what's his name? Was one of your players? I can't remember his name now. The one that he got injured for the under 21s.
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott fractured.
Is it?
Yeah. Fracture on his foot.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he'll be out for about a month or so. I think it's about a month.
They said mid-October or something.
Does he start? Does he start as he come off the bench for you? I can't remember.
Well, Slot is keeping him benched. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, because he's he can cover Mo's position, and he's also life for life for Slobosly as well. So yeah.
And with Champions League coming up as well.
Yeah, they showed October and November, and boy,
it's mad. Listen, it's crazy for all our teams. But I sort of put the light on Arsenal because of our squad size. Now I know we've probably got the smallest squad in the league right now. 22. We've lost players, and I want to call them key players in terms of what we've sold on, the likes of ESR and that. Have we replaced him? Because ESR could play like that number 8, sometimes as a 10. Do you know what I mean? Now we've got this situation with Odegaard being out, and the internationals, as I said, has not helped with this. And as you see, Harvey Elliott, he's ended up with a fractured foot. I don't know for other teams. I think Basuma, because we're going to be playing them at the weekend, I think he came off injured with an ankle injury. So listen, he's like one of Tottenham's midfield. Now we're going into that North London derby, maybe with a double pivot of Jorginho and Partey. Partey came through, which for Ghana they drew 1-1. Came through, played 2 90-minute games, so at least he's getting some energy in his legs. Hopefully, because normally when he goes off to international, he comes back. They send him back after the first game. Mash up. And I think after having that surgery on his thigh, it seems to be holding out. So let's just see what happens. But this is the problem with the situation with the Arsenal situation, and with all these 1,000,001 games that we have to play, and the size of our squad. I just don't feel that we've got a squad big enough to challenge. Some people say yes we are, but I don't think we've got a big enough squad to challenge for the league. And yeah, we got a pivotal game coming up this weekend. And you look at that and you're thinking, right, okay, the back four, sort of sorts itself out. I'm just worried about the midfield. And then it's a case of, right, who do we play up front? Because quite honestly, Havertz is one that's bagging in the goals for us. Not saying he's clinical, but you don't want to be moving Havertz into a midfield position.
Midfield role. No,
and then,
not the moment.
And then I don't know if Jesus is fit or not, but if he is fit, he's probably going to start up front, but he can't hit a barn door. He's not clinical. Arsenal have not got a natural 9. That's our problem. We haven't got a natural 9. So my question is, would you say if Arsenal got a natural 9, do we win the league with the current squad that we've got if everybody's fit? Is it a case of, is it a mentality thing? Because as I said, we had chances to win that league last season. Yeah, we had chances to win that league last season. But I'm putting it down to mentality. Because games that we should have won, we didn't. We either drew it or we lost it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we go to City, we celebrate a draw when we had chances to win that game.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I think if we win that game, we'll probably win the league. But it's ifs, buts, and whatever, maybes. Yeah. And at the end of the day, yes, as pointed out by my work colleague, we had both won the same amount of games. We scored the same amount of goals. But what did it boil down to at the end of the day? Last season, KDB missed something like 6 months. He came back and hit the ground running.
Exactly. That's right, yeah.
Ireland missed like whole of December, came back mid-January. Yeah. Just picked up where he left off. You know what I'm trying to say? We had the chance. And I don't know what it boils down to. If it's the fact that if we go and get in, do we need a world-class striker? When I'm talking to my mate, it's like we just need somebody that can put the ball in the back of the net. Not necessarily have to pay, loads and loads of money. We, as I said, we went in for the striker at the start of the season. Chelski, he decided that he wants to stay at RB Leipzig. Then we changed our whole dossier, decided that we're going to go for another left centre back. Which go and get the striker. Just go and get the striker. Build a squad, because I feel that the squad bench that we had last season, we didn't fix it. and I still don't feel we've fixed it yet.
Yeah.
And now with injuries coming into there, because you have to plan. There's more games.
Yeah, you got more games, more injuries.
I'm not putting on Arteta as such, Edu. I think there's more games. So is it down to money? Why haven't we got the money to go out and do
money?
Well, they're saying that we're saying, that some people are saying in the finance world concerning Arsenal that we're not sailing too near PSR. We could go out and afford players. Yeah. One is that we didn't have. He was not the right profile. Osimhen was not the right profile. Attitude, because the way he was digging out his manager, the international manager. Then you've got the likes of Ivan Toney, who's gone to Saudi.
Norms, he said the Toney thing, right? People were saying, "Oh, it's his attitude." He was digging out Brentford, but I can't remember his podcast I was talking. It might have been Nordin, and Nordin was breaking down how Brentford mugged him off with that contract. That's why he was only on 20 grand a week. You're like, how the heck is this brother going to the Euros, playing in the Premier League as the top 5 striker in the Premier League on 20 grand a week? And they said they did him a dirty contract. That's why he was like, when he said F Brentford, he said,
is that why he was wanting out of Brentford?
Yeah, because he was stuck in that contract. And it was a dead contract. So he sounds, and not only that, he changed agent. So his agent now has a pool of about 20 top players under his agency now. And Ivan Toney's gone there. Hence why Ivan got that 400k thing in Saudi. So he gone from 20 grand to 400k a week. That tells me he was getting mugged. There's a video of Ivan. He's just telling the people, listen, man, don't leave me stranded out there. Come check for me. I've got you with the flights. It's Irish, you know what I mean? And I went, fair play to him. Like, yeah, come and check your boy, man. He had a little party and someone videoed it and he was talking. Man's cheesing now. But Brentford, 20 grand a week, no. For an international.
But you would hope that it's not a detriment. It's not a detriment to his international career. That the fact that he's playing.
I think it will be, no. I think it will be.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because he did say, look, still I'm hungry to play for England. I think he still could play for England, but the fact that he's now out there, and listen, he has to look after himself. He has to look after his family. He has to look after the next generation, and I get all of that.
But this is what I said last week, Norm, as well. Harry's still there.
Yeah.
So he's looking at that saying, I can stay in England, and take way less money, but Harry's still there.
Yeah, and I didn't kind of get it, because looking at the England, I know Carsley done a lot of changes, and I was quite surprised that Ivan wasn't picked for that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because when you think he had been out for a long time because of obviously this off-field stuff, but Southgate picked him for the Euro 20, which is obviously, a proper, people, let's take a drink right now. Yeah, there's someone that's just entered my house, and I don't know if I should let him in, but you know what? I'm going to be kind, because there's something going on this weekend. You're not going to know, but welcome to the show, my friend.
What do you mean you're not going to let me in? I don't need invite. I'm family. I just turn up, man.
Yes, brother.
Hey, a big bro from another mother, bro. What you saying?
What you saying, Norman? You good?
Big up. Good to have
Kofi.
Yeah, love yourself, chilling, man. Yeah, man. Good to see you, man.
Good to have you back on the show, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I had to wait till this weekend,
bro. Listen, man. Enough to talk about. And not only that, I should be appearing on another show with you on Monday.
You coming on Monday, yeah?
Yeah, I got an invite from Shigs, so I'll be on the ball football. So anybody that's going to watch on the ball football Monday, 9:00 to review the North London massacre. How it's going to be, I don't know. But we'll see what I got, you know what I mean? But big up to Chili, man. It's good to have you on the show, man.
Yo.
And, we're just kind of just discussing, the whole everything basically concerning football, the internationals, and the fact that a lot of these internationals that are playing, sometimes it's just unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary, and because of that, we're getting key injuries, The stranger returns.
What's with your name though?
Well, I call him sentiments. I mean, it's and the thing is, I want him back. Well, it's a long old name. It's a lot longer than Coldfish. Put it that way. But yeah, no, yeah. So we're just looking at how the whole international break and how there's too many internationals, and because of that, you know, we've ended up picking up an injury.
Yes.
Key injury.
Listen,
sorry, don't be so bad. Don't be so bad, man. About yes, yeah. Because right now, listen. You guys, are you looking to be? Are you the favourites now?
No, don't even try it.
You gotta be the favourites, man.
No,
Look, listen, we're missing Declan Rice. We're missing Odegaard. We don't know whether California is going to be in the side. He's injured, bro. It's an injury crisis right now, mate. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be
what's going on. Big North London derby coming.
Yes, Junior, big up. Nah, man, you know that you're gonna have an easy afternoon on Sunday.
Don't play that. Don't play that reverse. You don't play that reverse psychology on me, mate. Yeah, I know your game. I know your game. Yeah, say it with chess. Say it with chess.
How many years? How many years do I say to you? Yeah, we're gonna beat you. I say it every time, but this time, man.
Listen,
you're a much better team. You know you are.
No, but Chile, hand on heart, mate. Hand on heart, yeah. When you heard that Declan Rice, maybe you don't rate Declan Rice, but when you heard that Declan Rice was going to miss the North London derby, there was a little wry smile on your face, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that definitely helps us.
Right, and then Odegaard gets injured, and I saw you popping champagne. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. But listen, form goes out the window when it comes to these North London derbies. Form goes out the window. You know, we are going with an injury, side. And
no, don't try that. Don't try that. You got a big squad. You spent a lot of money.
We've got the smallest. We've got the smallest squad in the league.
Yeah, have you got 23 players?
22 players.
Well, that's it. You can only play 11.
Chile. Let's all be serious now. Concerning the amount of games that we all got to play this season, I don't know if it's for the same for you in the Conference League. Whether you're playing the same amount of games as we are playing in the Champions League. We're not playing in
the Conference. We're in the Europa.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Europa.
Yeah, the same as us. It's the same format, Nom.
So it's the same format. So
yeah, I think the Europa and the Champions League are the same format.
Yeah, it's an awful lot of games.
Yeah.
And Arteta or Edu should have looked at this and prepared for this. Now, because yes, we know throughout the season we are going to pick up injuries. We know that. We know we're going to pick up injuries. It's inevitable. Yeah. But we are now in a situation where we're scrambling now. There's panic in the Arsenal fan base.
Where should you have bought?
Say that again, mate.
What should you have bought? What position?
Well, in terms of so after the season last season where we go again FC finished second, you're thinking right. Arsenal now are going to sit down. They know exactly what they need to do to now go that next extra mile and get us over the line. So I think every Arsenal fan after that last game we played at the Emirates, against I think it was Everton, said right, we're going to go into the summer and go and get that striker that we need. Okay, we're also going to go and get a midfielder. We needed a midfielder. We needed someone to back up Saka, and quite honestly, we needed someone to also back up Odegaard.
Oh God, yeah, on the other wing. So who did you actually bring in?
So we brought in California, who's a left side.
Yeah, I wanted him. He's a good defender, man.
Defender, but what I'm trying to basically say, we didn't actually need to get him.
Yeah,
we're stacked. We've got like 9 defenders.
We got coming like Chelsea and their wingers, isn't it?
Exactly. You know what I mean? We got 9 defenders. So for me, go. You spent 40 odd million on California, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You put that money aside and go and sort out that striker. But we just have fallen short, and I just feel that we've built a squad to probably finish second again.
Would you have taken Tony?
100%. I haven't 100%.
And the 100%. Money that he went for is literally what you said, 40 M's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, it's It's what it is, man. It is what it is. And now we have to try and cope. We have to try and cope with this now. And as I said, our big challenge this weekend, we've got 3 back-to-back away games. You're the first one. Then we go away to Atalanta on the Thursday, and then we play Man City on the Sunday.
Yeah. I think you might lose to Man City. You'll win the other 2.
Okay, just in all honesty, yeah. With the crisis that Arsenal have got, this injury crisis that we've got, and I want to put it to all of you.
Hang on, that's not an injury crisis. We lost like 6 players last season, and you weren't trying to hear it. Tell me about 2 players. That's not a crisis.
Okay, so let's just say
that's a little bump in the road.
Let's say with the injury problems that we have. Yeah?
All right.
Let's say the injury problems that we have, my friend, and the key players that are out. Okay, so we go into this North London derby. Okay, as I say, form goes out the window. We know that. So you look at our side and you look at it and say, right, who's gonna start? Now I can basically tell you what the back 4 is going to be. Okay, we're probably going to go into that game with a double pivot of Jorginho or Partey, or it might be maybe. I hope he doesn't do that. I think just go in a double thing. I don't know if Basuma injured. Chile.
He came off injured for Mali, but they said it's more of a impact. I think someone trod on his foot.
Okay, but he limped off though.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's bring in the money man.
Money. Hey, what you saying, bro?
What's going on?
Bring in the money man.
Got a full house today. What's going on, everyone?
Chile's back with us, man. He's back.
Yeah, man. Chile back with a bang, yeah?
What are you saying, Ez? You good?
Yes, Chile. Yeah, I'm here. Yes, COVID.
Yeah, man.
Big up. Yeah, so
Norman, you said bringing in for someone for Saka. Didn't you bring Sterling?
No, you see, this is the thing, yeah, with the Sterling situation. We had no plan to bring in Sterling. At the start of the window, if somebody said to the... And Edu confirmed that. He admitted that he didn't plan to bring in Sterling.
Yeah.
The situation was that we was waiting for this, because everybody, Arsenal fan base, you saw it on social media, on YouTube, all the YouTube channels that are Arsenal YouTube content makers were saying we have to get that attacking player. It was either an attacking player that was going to back up Saka or give Saka competition or go and get that striker.
Yeah.
The reason why it came to this situation with Sterling was that Maresca said there's no place for you. You either go and play in the under-21s or you just sit and rock. Yeah. And I think at that situation, at that point, even at that point, I know some people might say, I was talking to someone, they were reckon that the deal was done 7 days before, the deadline day, because they saw him down at the Arsenal training ground. Now, some people saying that he was only down there because his son is part of the academy. I think, from my understanding, I'm not too sure of that, but I can't confirm that. But at the end of the day, there was no plan to bring in Sterling.
Yeah.
Now we've got him. We have to make it work. And as I said at the start of the show, guys, it's really good to see that Sterling has turned his life around from a spiritual point of view. He's escaped from hell. He's escaped from hell. He got baptized and said, I can't go to Chelsea back to Chelsea again. I can't go to Chelsea again. Man said, yo, we're going to baptize you. And you're going to be free from the dark side, yeah?
I would argue it's the Chelsea guys that got him saved. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man's going to go free logically with that right now.
There's some demonic business going on at Chelsea, man. I don't know what's going on there.
But so that wasn't a planned thing. But he's now in.
Yeah, so he can't be a backup for Saka.
No, of course
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't.
But if you look at it as well, no.
I'm just saying there was no plan in the first place.
Yeah.
You understand? There was no plan. There was no plan in the first place.
Failed. That was a poor window for Arsenal.
Of course it was a poor window.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are bigging up and saying it's a 7, 8 out of 10. Where?
No chance. Calafiori.
We didn't need a Calafiori. I was saying earlier, we didn't need Calafiori.
I don't think
we didn't need him.
There's an argument he's not even better than Kiwior yet.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? There's an
I don't know about that is, man. I don't know about that, bro.
They've come from the same league. They've come from the same league, which
I hear
they
you.
play the same positions. Until he does it in an Arsenal shirt, there's an argument at the moment he's not even.
Yeah, you could say that because we have not seen him, and that is a very good point.
And then there's an argument that Sterling could be a great signing because if he goes on to score you 20 goals, I'm not saying he is,
he won't.
Then we're looking at it like, wow, what a signing. Do you know what I mean? So all of this is in hindsight, but on paper, that you'd think a top window for Arsenal would be getting a striker, getting a backup for Saka, and maybe even argue a backup for Ødegaard because look now, he's injured. Who you going to play instead of Ødegaard? Havertz going to go in midfield?
Look, so Ez, like we said this at the start of the show. Yeah, you end up with a situation where now you're playing chess. Yeah, moving around pieces. Because when Arteta brought in Havertz, he didn't bring him in as a striker.
No,
he did not bring it. He said, you know what? We need to replace
Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try him in that number 8. Yeah. And they even asked him on pre-season, right? That season when he brought him in, they said, well, at the moment, I'm still not too sure where his place is. Yeah. And it was just by accident that he said, and when I say by accident, we know that Havertz has played as a false 9. We know that he's played as a striker for Chelsea. We know that he's played for a striker for Bayer Leverkusen. But round pegs in square holes, right? And then Arteta thought, hang on a minute, let's try him up there. Because Jesus was injured. You can't rely on an injury prone who's not a number 9 for a start. Is another attacking player. We have no, you know it is, we have no natural attacking 9.
Yeah. 100%.
We have no.
100%.
Yeah? Yes, man. Final crew's back together, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's the original crew. You understand? Yeah, man. Big up. But yeah, no, it's been long awaited as well, man. We miss Chilly, man. He's back. We have no natural number 9. And this is the worry for me. And why people are rating this window at 7, 8 out of 10, God knows.
No, maybe it's because you robbed us. You've robbed us. We're paying for Sterling to be there. We're paying for Sterling to be there. And imagine they go on to win the league now, Chilly.
Listen, we'll come to
you know what?
If you win the league,
Chelsea giving Arsenal players? That's madness.
If they win the league,
we've always been taking Chelsea rejects. That's our game.
No, but this time we're paying for it. Yeah. The others, you paid us a fee, and we can say, ha. Look at Arsenal buying our deadwood players. Now we're paying Sterling's 150 bags a week, whilst you're paying.
Well, you're actually paying. No, we're only paying 90, to be precise, something like £96,000 of his.
You're paying like 200 grand for someone.
We're paying 200 grand for a player not to be. It don't make sense.
That's mad, isn't it?
Unless,
but Ez, that's down to your owners. No.
I agree with if the manager doesn't want a player, then he can be exiled. Yeah, that's business. Yeah. But it's then up to the sporting directors, these guys that are paid to make these decisions, to make a good choice. What happens?
Yeah, financially. Yeah.
Financially, and you've given him to an opposition, not even like a Crystal Palace or somebody that's kind of out of the way. You've given him to opposition that almost got the title last season. What are you doing?
Yeah, but I agree 100%. The situation that I don't know what Chelsea were thinking with that move.
Yeah, but Chilly, the situation with Chelsea, they've got so many players, man. They have to find a way to get them off the.
I know, but there's a lot of clubs in the world, Norman. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but I think Ryan wanted to stay in London. Yeah, he wanted to stay in London.
Forget that. I
think he wanted to stay in London.
Yeah, forget. I'd rather sell him. I'd rather give him away for free in the summer. Yeah, and
so you keep him full wage. You keep him rotting in the under 21s.
Absolutely, I'll give him away for free.
Listen, one of them got baptized, brother.
No, but if you look at it, guys, if you look at that Sterling situation, not Sterling, Sancho. Now, if Sancho helps, if Sancho helps Chelsea qualify for Champions League, and we finish fourth,
another madness.
That's another madness.
That's a madness. And
that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
I don't know what the thing is. I don't know why Ez is running his gums. Yeah, because he's gonna take Sancho from Man United.
That's different.
Hypocrite,
That's
brother.
different. We have to buy Sancho. That's different. We have to buy him.
Yeah.
But what I would argue,
but why
is
would
Man
United sell him to Chelsea? It's
Man United.
Exactly. Chile.
Because Eric Ten Hag doesn't like him.
He wants to win. Chelsea's a direct rival of Man United.
You, if Chelsea's finished,
that Chelsea aren't a rival of Arsenal. I'm not disrespecting.
It's a mad one.
But you can argue that.
I like you, Chile. I like you.
It's a mad he's come to Chelsea with this mad, like, I'm gonna prove the world wrong sort of thing. Yeah.
Right.
On top of that, he's a Chelsea fan. On top of that, he's come to Chelsea with reduced wages. So it's not so much of a thing of, oh my God, we've just taken on the same issues.
Exactly.
And not just that, you lot quoted us 45 million. How on earth have we got him for 20 to 25 million obligation at the end of the season? How's that?
We've literally given them away.
And
I think the fan base was so split on it as well. So you got the manager that never really wanted to play him. He's going to mug him off regardless because they never, like I said, they never really apologized. That was all for the papers.
I thought they kissed
that was so silly.
Nah. This was
public reunion.
It wasn't public. This was the whole thing. Chile. You see, last season, this is what he said. He said, if Sancho comes to the podium and apologizes to me in the press conference, that he's back in the squad. He was never doing that. So that's how I know this is Jason Wilcox saying, brother, you on 250 a week. Kiss and make up. And go on tour. So to go on tour was like put him in the shop window. Chelsea said, I'll have some of that. Take him on loan. Lovely W. Finish fourth. United finish. And we have a good little laugh at United. And then we say age of 22 million because we're in Champions League now. If that happens, I'm fuming, guys. I'm not even pretending.
Kof, you was going to say something. What was it?
Yeah. I was saying, do you think Sancho is going to be motivated to perform like week in, week out? Because obviously he's been moving club by club and he's come back and he's...
Do you know what? I've been watching Sancho since he was at City, and he's a baller, man. He's a player
very technical,
and the only in his whole career, the only question mark has been at United. So I don't think we can write him off because of that spell at United.
But Ez, can I rebut you there? Because a lot of people said that Sancho. Okay, he was at Man City in the academy and stuff like that. Then he ended up going to Dortmund, and that's where you saw his best football.
And
even
though he was with Haaland, a little caveat.
That's right. He wasn't Haaland.
He's played his best football abroad, and every time he comes back, obviously United. He's obviously come back.
What do you mean every time?
He's only been okay. Sorry. Because I'm almost talking like the future to say he's going to do a bad thing with Chelsea. I get you. Okay, sorry, yes, man. Oh, touchy.
Because if we're going to put Dortmund tax on it or abroad tax, what does this mean for the Champions League then? Because he turned up on that stage, playing against the top teams, the very top teams, which are better than the.
But I felt he's played his trade better because obviously you can only measure that. Because most of his tenure has been with Man United, even though he's hardly played for them because of the madness with Eric Ten Hag. Now we have to see now.
You know what?
He connects.
You're right. I think that grey area, and it's for him to prove now. You know what I mean? Over to you, Sancho.
If you look at it though, if you look at it as well, Sancho practically got no game time and took that move in January. And got in that team and got to Champions League final.
And that's mad.
Playing consistently.
That's mad.
So you can't even use the argument that he won't even match fit. He weren't training well. It's
Yo, it's not having it.
Wow.
Hey.
God damn.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow. And that's why I said to Chile that what we saw at the start of the season was all Jason Wilcox. Them two never made up, man. Because on the tour, he played the false line all through the tour.
Yeah.
And then come the Charity Shield,
can't make the bench.
He didn't make the bench.
But you know what? On the last day of the Champions League, the last day of the transfer window, they asked Ten Hag, "Do you think Sancho's going to stay or not?" Hear the man? Yeah, of course. I think he's going to stay. Yeah, I think he's going to stay. Why is he lying like this?
Yeah, it's a prophet liar, boy.
Eric Ten Hag is another.
He prophesies to lie. You know the ones. He can't help himself.
Before he says something vague, like, it's the window's open, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Talking about, I expect him to stay. What do you mean you expect him to stay?
And why would he do that? Knowing he must know that he was going to go. It was no surprise to him that he was going to go.
If he didn't know, that's even more red flag. Because what is the left hand not talking to the right hand?
Well, there was this narrative as that he wasn't being invited to certain meetings in Ten Hag. Now I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that on a few channels saying that. Yeah, like they were conveniently not inviting him to certain things. Saying that he's not needed for this. Like we can do this. So it just shows that them big boys, the Wilcox and the Omars and these mans, like they're like, no, just let him do it with the team. Like we'll cook here. Let us do what we have to do. So it didn't surprise me when he comes with this naive stuff in the press conference.
Sorry, was there something that you put in the chat, and I think D, you responded to it about something to do with Eric Ten Hag and that he needs to talk to Van Nistelrooy.
It was Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Just get a quick bit of light on that, just quickly. CR7
went for Ten Hag,
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. For any Man United fans out there, he made it clear he loves United still. So he wasn't getting at United. He was talking about Ten Hag. He said Ten Hag is the type of manager that says we're not in the Champions League and we're not going to win the Champions League. He said that's not the United way. You need to try and go for the Champions League if you're United. And that's when he went on to make the comment that he needs to talk. He needs to take advice from Van Nistelrooy because he understands the club, and Rio because he understands the club, and all these sort of guys, the Rooneys, the Scholesies, they understand the club. Nevilles, they understand the club. If he listens to them guys. In other words, he's the odd one out, the one that doesn't understand the club. So
listen, this guy's almost saying,
you're going soon.
It's proper shots fired, isn't it?
It's proper
for me, it's proper shots fired again.
And there's also the agenda from the press. Yeah.
Oh,
they want this man out because listen, this came up. Can you believe this? D, you would have heard this, yeah. So obviously he's lost 2 games back to back. Yeah. They play a testimonial match with Mr. Ray Rooney. And they said the press came out and said Ten Hag now has won 3 games in a row. Listen, I know.
Oh yeah, it was a Legends game.
Legends game. I know you're looking at Ten Hag. I know D, you're looking at Ten Hag sideways and. That looking back thing now, you've just said to Jay, forget it now. I'm starting to look back.
Yeah, Jay keeps telling me not to look back, but this is the thing as well, Norm. Even if you look at this weekend, 12:30 away at Southampton. Tell me that they're not trying to come on, man.
Liverpool.
That's light work.
No, it's not chilly. No, because I tell you what,
you're going to win 3-0.
Chilly.
Do you think you're going to beat Southampton this weekend, D?
Of course they are.
I'm not convinced, right? And I tell you why I'm not convinced, right?
D, man,
let me land.
Southampton.
No, let me land. We have an issue with going on the road, right? We have an issue at home because last week we played like the away team and got spanked by Liverpool, right? We go on the road and you have to remember these guys. We got guys that are going to South America to play World Cup qualifiers, right? He still don't want to start Xerxes. You got no Mount. I don't even know.
Don't forget, Agarte's
no Mason Mount. Not
going to be ready for about another 2 months. Agarte.
And then he plays international.
He played for what's the name?
Where's he play? Uruguay. Yeah, right. Yeah. He played twice for them.
Exactly.
And so this is what I'm saying. Ten Hag is already feeding excuses into that squad already. So for us to go down to the South Coast on a rainy, windy 12:30 kickoff, anything can happen, guys. Trust me. I'm not even.
It's 12. Yeah, but it's 12:30 a problem? Because Liverpool. We've all had to play that 12:30. Man.
This is what I'm saying.
Liverpool will probably play the most 12:30 games,
and they'll give us. They'll give us.
But this is what they're doing.
And Southampton aren't Liverpool.
Yeah. Yes. So hear this, right? Hear this. So So these guys have been away. This is start of the season. You had the Euros, and we had the Copa America, right? But most of that first 11 did not have a pre-season, and we played the Charity Shield, and he started these guys that didn't have pre-seasons. Bruno, the Maino, all these brothers started no pre-season. Then we get the 12:30 kickoff after playing the season curtain raiser, and then again in the international break they pulled the same stunt. So it's either just a coincidence where the dice rolls, or the FA say, "Man, let's try and get this brother fired before Christmas." Because either way, it don't look right.
You got the press, you got Ineos, and you got the Premier League trying to get this guy fired. Jeez, man,
That's what it feels like, no.
And the United fans.
And he keeps talking.
Yes, and you know.
He keeps talking. He's become one of the biggest memes in football now.
Yeah.
Remember the one I posted the other day, yesterday?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, shut up and coach. I think Jason said it a few months ago. Shut up and coach this team and stop chatting nonsense, because they're all good in for you. Everywhere where you look, they're all trying to make you fail. Because I'm telling you now,
he was warned. He was warned before he came to this country. That
Louis Van Gaal warned him, innit?
Yeah,
But
everyone
that come here says about our press. Our press is toxic, man.
Savage, mate. Savage, yeah.
But that's why, if you look at Armstrong don't play games, you know.
No,
he's just like, all right then.
Yeah,
back to football.
Yeah, he don't get involved. I do like him. And I think he's growing on Kofi, because now he's changed his name to Slots in Nice.
Oh, I see what you've done. I didn't even notice.
Look, guys. Let's see when they come up against some serious opposition. Yeah, because the man is.
Man, we're just free-flowing football. It's just like.
So what are you saying about Man United? We're not serious, man. What are you saying? We're not serious, man. What's going on there?
It wasn't you raving.
Clip up this guy because
he made no signings the other day.
Listen, at the start when he heard it was getting slot, this guy was spitting feathers. Yeah, you flip flop.
No. Come on, guys. Listen, you gotta understand. Like, we've lost a great manager in Klopp, and I was thinking,
you didn't even give the man a chance.
Mate, look, I'll put my hands up and say I didn't even do my research on Slot. Yeah, but the way he's organized this team tactically is like we're shutting teams down, because teams were running us like last season, like pinging balls over the top. But that's not happening this season. We got guys like ready just to stop that. So, and the midfield is more organized as well. So,
your team's looking old though, Kof. I see a couple of them outside the post office.
You can't even buy what you're talking about.
But and if you look at that, I don't go back to that game, but you look at that game, the way we got dominated by your guys in midfield, Kof, it was scandalous, mate.
But the reason why I agree with Ronaldo that Ten Hag needs to go and talk to some of these old guys. Man United don't do all of this tiki-taka football, you know, that they're trying to do.
Yeah, I know.
They don't,
and that's why you want. That's why you want play your Sanchos and your Amads.
Who was the manager when Ronaldo came back?
Oli.
Okay.
And Oli didn't do tiki-taka. Oli was rock and roll football.
Counter-attack football.
Are you joking?
At least you knew what Oli was going to do.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You wasn't second guessing Oli. We knew exactly.
Hang on, when Oli was at Will, you man was disrespecting him, putting up.
No, but I wasn't singing that. Chili, I wasn't singing that, and I didn't really want Oli, because I knew eventually he was going to get himself mugged off. Because he's not really. He's a man motivator. Arm around the shoulder, got everyone feeling nice to come to training. But he knew that, okay, we're going to sit back, put some runners in there, and we're going to run. Sit back, soak up, get the ball, and run. And you guys need to score for me when we're running.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting pace out there. He's not looking at because remember, we can't play against a low block team. We've seen this season after season. That's why your Sanchos and your Amads are good players to have. But he don't really want to play them kind of guys. Hence why Sanchos with you, and Amad will get benched the moment he has one bad game. He's on the bench, mate.
Yeah.
He wants speed merchants. You don't want guys that can hold the ball, look, pass, run, move into the space, break the lines, get in between the centre back. You don't want that. He just wants, like you say, literally, it's just Oli in disguise 2.0, really, if you think about it. Sit up, give away the possession, soak up as much as we can, and we just hammered him on the break, and hopefully we're clinical and we're not clinical, as you've seen. So it's like that's why I think now he's really between a rock and a hard place. Where that's why I said we can go to Southampton and not get it right, when in fact we should spank them 3-0.
What are you relying on, D? Because you've got Garnacho, he's still learning on the job. Ahmad, first full season at United, starting if you want. Rashford, Lord knows if he's going to pick up.
Oh, Rashford.
What is
Rashford in the
going on
boxing
with
ring.
this guy, man?
Rashford in the boxing ring. Did you see this foolishness? What are you boxing for, bro? You can't hit a barn door. Why you got boxing gloves on?
He's trying to build up his
That's
stomach,
really
man.
the motivation. God's right, that team.
But D, do you see why this is frightening? Because you've now Højlund he's not a serial. He's not Haaland, for example. Yeah, he's nowhere near it. Chelski, he's not going to get you 20 goals.
No, he's only telling us that he's a 9.5. You see how deep he drops for Holland?
Yes.
To get the ball?
Yes.
That's his game.
He's a half. He's a hybrid. And then you've got rid of McTominay, which I'm not saying he's a good player, but he clutches games. He
knows Man United DNA. He knows the Man United DNA.
To be fair to Eric Ten Hag,
he had to go.
I agree, but
for me, he had to go.
Replace him.
But this where I would say the manager was kicking and screaming. He didn't want him gone,
D, let me ask you
he
something.
He did not want him gone because he's like, get out of jail. Come on, Scotty, get me something. Do me something. 20 minutes to go. And that's what they sold. They sold his get out of jail ticket.
But they didn't buy no one that is equivalent. Is my problem.
You look at Ugarte. Ugarte.
Oh no, he's a crasher.
Going forward like Scott does. No. But then we speak about misprofiling all the time. Scott was a striker in the academy, and Ferguson said, "The strikers I've got, you're not going to get any game time. I'm going to convert you into a midfielder." So we can blame Sir Alex for that one. He was a striker all the way through the academy until he got to the first team, and then suddenly you want him playing a double pivot 6 with Fred, making Fred look bad.
Sometimes. Yeah, they get into the first team. But D, would you get rid of Eric and bring in Roy, Neville, and Van Nistelrooy?
I probably would. But this is the thing. These sensitive players, Roy will rub them up the wrong way, He'd
rub everyone up the wrong way. That's a problem.
Yeah. But I think you would see a different United. Because
you'd have a lot more steel about you.
Steel and mentality.
I think the way those three understand the game and the way they played the game, if they can translate that into the squad, you're seeing a more aggressive United and hopefully a more clinical United. Because we're not clinical, guys. That's what hurts us every game. What we miss. I never worry about Liverpool scoring. Now I'm not even worried about Chelsea scoring. And Norms, you guys score from all over the pitch.
Yeah, listen. I've heard. I know that. D. I've heard this story about we score all over the pitch, and I get all that.
We go to Tool Station.
Tool Station.
United, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
you know what? Wow. This guy. Listen, I think we need to get this guy in check. The man is coming up with Man United Tool Station or whatever. Just calm down, Kofi. Yeah, your time is coming. Your time is coming.
So he can come, man, because what they did at Old Trafford.
You're gonna see.
I can't even argue with the Kofi banter norms. That's the truth. I gotta take it because what they did in our backyard was mad disrespectful, and it should have been 6-0. I think 3-0 made it look a little bit respectable, even though it was shocking. And so I look at that and go, can't even. As much as it burned me, I've just let Kofi have his fun, innit? It's one of them. we have to address it and turn it around. Then them players coming back. I don't want to hear none of this. We've been away on international duty. I don't want to hear none of that. And yeah, I agree, sentiments. He is a passion merchant, and that passion thing, it ran dead. It's not going to win you a league title.
No.
And I say it again. Our main characters, Bruno and Rashford, don't win us a league or Champions League. I've said it now. It's a scratch record for me. They can be part of a team that does it, but they can't be the main characters. It's not going to happen. I'm not betting the house on them too.
Just kind of finish this kind of Manu segment because you look at your transfer window, and you look at that, and I mean, what would you give that transfer window? I'm sure you said Yeah.
I think I'd give it a 6 or 7 in terms of.
Yeah.
I think it's a transfer window for the future rather than for now.
Right.
And we got rid of quite a lot of deadwood norms. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Even though we still got Lindelof and a few of them still clinging on. They're clinging on, boy.
Which is mad.
Yeah. I mean, Lindelof should have gone, guys. Honestly. Like,
what's going to happen with Anthony? Because he's still linked with Galatasaray. I heard.
I forgot
he said he wants to prove himself. Now, I actually don't mind that norm. I don't mind that mentality.
80 million pounds, 100 million euros.
I know.
Same left back.
Yeah.
You know what is? Someone said that. Someone said that.
He's actually quite good. He could do well as a wing back.
He is a defensive winger.
He
If
can't.
you see the way he plays,
Look what Conte did with
You think
Moses?
Chill.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make a good wing back at all.
You don't think so?
No, he doesn't tackle enough. He's not a good enough tackler. You've got to be able to tackle.
No, yeah, he puts himself
about. And you've got to be able to read the game really well in that position.
Yeah, that's the bit. But United's got a whole problem like that. Because the way Ten Hag's United set up, if you see those midfield gaps,
what is what he's doing, right?
But that's what we said last season. It's their midfield. They've got no midfield.
It's still the same problem now, guys. It's still the same problem now.
You could put Pram, Vidic, and Ferdinand there. You're still leaking similar amount.
Yeah.
That's how
trying to do
midfield.
You see what you're trying to do on the offense. He's trying to play a 4-2-4, which I think is criminal, and then he's trying to play the 3-1-2-2 on the. It's like, bro, I think he confused them, though.
No, I get it. I get the idea against
the
players. I get the idea against the the lower teams,
right?
The ones that are not going to be as brave. Yeah. But Liverpool, they're waiting for that, and they're going to trap you, and you're finished. Same for Brighton, by the way, because they've got nothing to lose with this manager. This young manager has come in, and he wants to play like they're a big team. So you don't do that against Brighton, and you don't do that against Liverpool.
Decent as for the last couple of seasons as well.
And they've got some possession-based managers previously in De Zerbi and Potter, right? So they've got some bedding, they've got some grounding. So you don't do so sensible, but you could probably get away with that against the Southamptons, against the lower.
Well, you would like to think so. You would like to think so, but this is the thing, right? If you think about it, last season, everyone that got stranded in that lone six got cooked, as in Casemiro, Maino, and Amrabat. All three of them got cooked at points of the season. Did you see what his wife did, Casemiro? Yeah, I love that. I actually love that.
Yeah.
I'm backing my man.
These fans are criminal. Yeah, because
she posted that with chest,
listen, he had about 20 trophies in there, as if to say, "Oh, okay, so he's come to United and forgot how to play football overnight." Yeah,
it was mad. His trophy haul is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
And I was like, y'all need to relax. This is not about Kaz.
It's not
like playing with the legs and playing in a proper midfield, which it's like we're not willing to do. So I look at it and say, I look at it now, guys, and he's what? He's close to 700 million in now.
Ooh.
You have to finish top 4.
Yeah,
this is your team, bro. No excuses.
Okay, and based on that, what you just said, D. Yeah. We've spent Man City since Arteta's been in charge 800 million. Where do you think we should finish? Where do you think we should finish with that spend?
Title.
Where you are, first or second.
Title.
And then you got to look at what you've bought. What have you bought for that? Some of it is good. Some of it
is shocking.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at some of the buys that we bought, Lukonga, Fabio Vieira.
Yeah.
What's his name? What's the guy that's gone to Lazio? Oh gosh, that other left back. Can't remember his name now.
Oh, yeah. Mendes, is it Mendes?
No, not Mendes. Oh, what's his name? Useless. What's his name, man? Craig, you know who he is, man. Put it in the.
This is Edward Norman.
And then Tierney.
Tierney's with us now at the moment because he's.
He's going to play.
He looks like he's announced him in the Champions League squad.
So now, what's the point of Calafiori? That I don't get.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's all up in the air, brother.
Because you still got
Zinchenko. He don't fancy him.
No. Sorry, Nuno Tavares.
You've got Zinchenko.
He don't fancy him.
You've got what's his name? Tierney. You've got Calafiori.
What's this?
I'm sure Ez will explain himself.
No, he's talking about you. Look, he's naming the players. Marquinhos. He's talking about Arsenal.
Right. Yeah.
We could attribute that to some of your players.
To be fair, I don't think we've bought rubbish. Anyway, we'll go to my players in a minute if you want. I don't think we've bought rubbish. I think we've made 3 or 4 bad buys max.
Right.
The rest of us,
Marquinhos,
3 or 4. He's 3 or 4 is
3 or 4. More like 3 or 400. 3 or 4.
Look at it this way, Norman.
You name me more than 3 or 4 bad signings for Chelsea. Go on,
Norman. You're saying that you spent 800 mil.
Yeah.
And where should you be? Chelsea have spent double that, and they're finishing in the conference
12th from 13th and all that thing.
Yeah,
I think the highest that they finished.
Money doesn't guarantee you success. You know what I mean?
But then that's what I said. You've got to look at what you've bought.
Chili, careful what you say, because as once he's gonna hold on to that. Yeah. That's his excuse to say, we might have spent 1.5 billion in 5 windows and all of that, and we're gonna come onto his squad right now. Listen, we know that the media has got an agenda. They've got an agenda against our club, Man United club, not so much Liverpool. Yeah. I don't know.
Now they're the media darlings.
The media lovies. You know
media darlings, mate. Don't worry about all that.
And every now and again they go in and have
You'll never walk alone and all that.
Have a little bite of the cherry at Tottenham. But let's go into the Chelsea thing. We want to tackle this now. Is it trophies v profit? Who's going to win this battle? We're hearing that there's civil war in the camp. Todd Bowley, Ibali, who's part of the Clear Loop. Some people calling it the Clown Lake. Some madness has gone in there. It seems as if they've come to an impasse in terms of where the club and the direction of the club is.
It's untenable.
Bowley wants, because Bowley, listen, he owns Los Angeles. Is it Dodgers?
Dodgers, yeah.
So he knows a bit about sport. The other guys, they're like a investment company that likes to
hedge fund,
flip things like properties and sell hotels, and your players becoming commodities, giving them 8-year deals and such delights. You have the situation where when Todd Bowley, he was the face of Chelsea after their old Roman Abramovich shenanigans, and he had to come in with 2 partners. They had to come in and buy Chelsea, $2.5 billion. They had to put that money up front together. They put that money up front. It seemed like it was a match made in heaven, but now we're starting to see some, how can I put it? Some doubts in terms of where this club is going, and it's obviously come out in the window. Now, some people are just saying, "Oh, it's just the press, and they're just trying to push it. It's another agenda." But is there something to be worried about as with regards to this situation in the boardroom, and will this affect what's going on the field of play? You've ended up. Just let me just finish. You've ended up like buying how many millions of pounds of players and whatnot, giving them long contracts and that. Now it looks like Ibali now seems to be now taking over the running of things. Is it 60 something percent? 61% he owns to Todd Bowley's 12%. I don't know if they want to try and buy each other out, but the two are not budging. What is going on at Chelsea, my brother?
Yeah,
hang on there, Ez. Ez, what's going on with your stadium? The new stadium?
That's another question as well.
All right. So, it's kind of linked, to be fair. Look, it's a civil war, but it's no surprise it's reached the media. This happens probably in most clubs where owners don't or board level people don't necessarily agree, because it's a board at the end of the day. It's not like it's like Daniel Levy where he's got unanimous control. Yeah. Or Abramovich, where Chelsea was his toy basically. Yeah. These guys are several people that have shares, like Liverpool, like Man United, and they have to agree what they're gonna do. And it's just because there is so much exposure between the two. Bowley is his own entity, whereas Clear Lake are their own. So when there's a problem, if somebody talks, then there's nothing stopping it going public. So this is where we are. Anyway, they've got different ideas of where they want to take the club. Bowley was hands-on. He was the one making the signing. He's the one that signed Sterling, for example. He's the one that signed Koulibaly and also these guys at the beginning. And then he took a step back to allow Clearlake to have more of a 50-50 share. Since he's taken a step back, he ain't liked what Clearlake has done. For example, he wanted to keep Pochettino. Clearlake wanted to sack Pochettino, and that's what they did without Bowley's sign-off. Now, because Clearlake have the 61%, they feel like they can do as they please. And Bowley's going, hang on a minute. You know, you can't just do that. And then it leaves us here for a conversation of how this happened. You got to look at why they got together. They got together not because Chelsea chose to sell. They had to sell. Yeah. So they had to quickly come together in order to put the best bid forward to make the government and the Abramovich, whoever sign off, whatever. So it was kind of like a quick match made in heaven, but really not. It was just, how can we, you know, on paper, we sound like we'll work well together. 2 years down the line when things are not going well, you've got to imagine a hedge fund worth 400 billion looking at Chelsea, finishing 12th and 6th, going, where's my return coming from? Where's my return coming from?
Yeah, and that is the profits. This is what I'm saying, trophies v profit success. Right? Yeah. Now, obviously, clearly, I've gone down the view of, well, we're going to answer that by getting players, flipping them for profits, so we can answer these guys and go, well, we're not winning at the moment, but this is how we're going to make money. Yes? Bowley's going, I own the Dodgers. He also owns Lakers. That's right. Yeah. The
one that LeBron James plays for, right?
Yeah, Los Angeles. Yeah.
But Bowley's a minority owner in that one, though, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
And
because they're owned by the Buzz family.
Right.
Yeah.
So if anyone watches baseball, the Dodgers, they sign guys equivalent of Mbappe and Haaland. That's who they sign. Yeah. Bowley wants to do that at Chelsea eventually. Get them at the top so that he could sign the big. In other words, if Bowley was in control, we sign Osimhen 100%. We sign Olise.
Does Bowley want ready-made players?
100%.
Like, when I say ready-made players, you can almost go back to the Abramovich era where they were going in and getting players at the peak that can go and win them success now. Now, it looks like Clearlake now is, as you said, investment company. They look at long-term, medium to long-term. So what they do, they invest this amount of money and go, right, listen, at the end of it, this is what we're going to make. Because I think they're saying in X amount of years, Chelsea will be worth this. They've got assets or commodities in the players. Yep. And you're going to bring up the stadium. So obviously you've got loyal fans where Peter Osgood's ashes are buried beneath the centre circle. And obviously Chelsea own that pitch. The fans own that pitch. Yep. So there's going to be that whole scenario of how is this all going to pan out. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in off field.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot. So to summarize quickly, the quickest way to look at this is Bowley has the least stake, but he's put more of his personal money in than Clearlake. Clearlake, the guys that are running it, Egbad Dali, he's only put about 2% of his money, but he owns 60% because his hedge fund has done the rest. Right. So Bowley's actually got the short end of the straw because he's put more of his personal money. So it's a strange one because Bowley is the closest thing to Abramovich in football because he wants to spend big on big players, not just these youngsters. Abramovich is also very close friends with Florentino Perez, and he wants to run Chelsea a bit more like Real Madrid. Bowley, I mean, the other guy, Clearlake, but they're businessmen and they're successful businessmen. They've got a 450 billion hedge fund. They want to make Chelsea a money machine. And big, fabulous stadium, something bigger than Spurs' and not even in a dig way. They're looking at Beyonce and these lot coming down and they're like, well, how can we get that down at the bridge? So, I think I have my preference of who I'd rather the club ends up in. Yeah. I think I know. I can
probably guess who you would want.
Oh, you're joking me. Give me Todd. Are you joking me? Forget all of this. The money don't affect me. Just go and get me Osimhen and these guys. Go and get
and win me a title.
Oh, you joking? That's what Todd is a serial winner. He took the Dodgers. It took him a while, 2-3 years, but now they're just untouchable. Untouched. If they lose, it's horrible. It's a horrible season. and that's what he wants at Chelsea. The other guys, they kind of prioritizing the business first, the return, and if you can win on the way, great. Todd is like, no, win first, and we can sort the business out as we're winning. But the business will come when we're winning because people are talking about us, and all of the opportunities will come. So I know who I prefer. Either way, we're in good hands because the other guys are good businessmen, and I guess. From a business point of view and bringing in money and making. I want titles, Norms. I want titles.
That's why, and hence why I asked you the question.
Todd, bring me. I'm going to change my name to Todd next week. Yeah, but apparently they put a deadline on it to fix the matter within a month or something.
I think it's 2 months. It's 2 months.
2 months. And then this ties in with the stadium. Then there's Todd has started the groundwork to build up Stamford Bridge because he wants to honour what the fans want, and we want the pitch owners. Well, Chelsea don't own the pitch; the fans own the pitch.
That's right.
So they want to keep it, and they want to dig down into
a bit like Barcelona. Is that what Barcelona did?
Yes, that's right. They want to go downwards so that they can build up and wider. Because the property around us is all residential, and
then
stuff
you've got the tube line running behind.
The train line is next to us, so we're limited anyway. But they've already bought about £60 million of residential property, so that we can derelict it and build outwards. They've already done that, and they've given the residents time to move out as well. So they've done that, but then Clear Lake want to go and buy Earls Court and the land around it. I think there's another.
Put a stadium there.
And put a stadium on that, which they could do much more with.
Because they could build a super stadium with the money that they could build a super stadium.
They want the biggest stadium in England, Norms.
There you go.
Yeah. And if they go to Earls Court, they can do that. But I personally don't necessarily want. I think I want the biggest.
You've been at that stadium. That stadium. You've been there 100 and odd years. Yeah,
exactly.
So it means a lot. Yeah, and I get it. Arsenal have moved from Highbury to the Emirates, and to be honest, our most successful time has been Highbury. You know what I mean? That's where it is. I know a lot of these clubs where we've gone and built new stadiums and that I said we've only won 4 trophies in 20 years. The last time we won the Premier League was 2004. We moved as what's his name? Peter Ilwood said, and all these guys say that Josh Kroenke, the other guy, I can't remember his name. He's gone, but he basically turned around and said, like, we're moving to the Emirates because we're gonna compete with the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. That hasn't gone down too well. And so there's that worry as well. That sentiment. I
would actually rather us. I think we've got the money. We've got almost just under 2 billion to spend on the stadium aside, right? And that the stadium don't cost that much. It won't cost that much. However, I would rather us spend that all on Stamford Bridge and redevelop that. Hey, this man's on form today, He's on form. I'm telling you,
he's actually on form. He's absolutely.
But in summary, I would actually rather us go give Fulham a lot of money and us play our matches down the road at the Cottage.
Rather than go to Wembley.
Spurs did. Twickenham's up the road from us. I don't mind going to Twickenham.
You wouldn't go to Wembley?
Stadium. Wembley. Yeah, I don't like Wembley personally. We're not good there.
Wembley brings you in a lot of money, though. I know you've got money, but Wembley will bring you in the most money.
It will bring in a lot of money. And it kind of give them a taste if they build a bigger stadium.
Yeah, that kind of...
playing in a big stadium.
Yeah. So look, the war's going on. I don't want to go into the financial literacy because there's a lot to do with that. About buying out Bowley and buying out the other owners or whatever. But it's an internal war. These guys will sort it out one way or another. And I think I'm okay whichever way it falls, but I have a preference, and that's Todd.
Okay, so I was just reading on the BBC website, and they were talking about this as well. Yeah, and they basically said that there's some outcomes. There's 4 possible outcomes that could happen. Bowley buys out Clear Lake, stake,
unlikely.
Which is unlikely, but I think he has to raise something like 2.5 billion.
Yeah,
I mean, Bowley's he's got it, but the fact is that they're going to turn and say no way. Or Clear Lake buys out Bowley and the company, all right? Or there's going to be a stalemate where and an happy alliance continues or issues are partly resolved, which you don't want. You don't want that going on in the background.
Exactly.
And lastly, a third party gets involved.
Now, Todd is in good stead with the Saudis. Todd in the summer was all going out there with the parties in the Saudis. He's got good Saudi friends, and they won't find it hard to buy out Clear Lake if he teams up with them. Plus, he's already got his consortium with a few guys with a few billion here and there.
Yeah.
The problem and the way Clear Lake might actually their knees might crumble is because Begdali is a face of the hedge fund.
Yeah.
Technically, his money is coming from a load of other pots.
Yeah.
And if the investment that was initially put in gets doubled, these man might just go, listen, Chelsea ain't going in the right direction right now. Give me my money. If you're telling me I can cash out and I could be 500,000 up or to a billion up,
they're gonna jump at it. Clear Lake will jump at it.
Yeah, because forget the 10-year plan.
I don't think they will. I think
Chile,
they're anywhere. They own so much of Chelsea. They're rich beyond belief, and Chelsea's only going to get more successful. Let's
imagine
their price only going to appreciate. It's not going to depreciate.
But let's imagine. Yeah, let's just assume each of one of us here put in 500 million into our clubs. Let's call it the ultimate team. Yeah. Me, Norms, Chili, D, Kofi. Yeah, we all put in 500 million. They come in and say Bowley wants to give you all 1 billion back now if you take it, or you could wait 10 years for us to see where the club is. Then it might be 2 billion. Then it might be 3 billion. But you've doubled in 2 years.
1 billion, please. Can I have the 1 billion, please?
Yeah, I'm taking a billion and walking.
This is what's interesting. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Four of us go, nah, we're cool. You know, we'll wait. But Norman is going, I'll take my money now, thanks.
Yep.
We've hit another problem.
Yeah.
We've hit, you know what I mean? And that's the problem where Clear Lake are not a single person like a Roman, Abramovich, or it's a bunch of people that have invested and put their money in.
They're all going to have their own ideas of what they want out of it. Yeah.
They literally, if an offer comes, they have to present it. They have to.
Okay, so just quickly, because I just want to finish this segment because we've been going for whatever, and I want to kind of just quickly finish this and just talk about Lee Carsley. It's just drawing some parallels with
United,
the whole United situation with the Glazers. Now you've got Ineos in there. Now, at the moment, it seems like a match made in heaven. They've let Ineos get on and do what they need to do.
On the football side.
But prior to all of that, literally the Glazers have run Man United into the ground, and the situation that you don't want to see Chelsea now being in this same situation where they got all this madness going on. Because listen, Glazers are in it for one thing. They poured money against the club. They take their dividends from the club, but was not invested in the club. Now it looks like the difference with Ez club is that they are invested in the club and invested heavily in the club. But for Clearview, their long-term thing is 8 years, 10 years down the road, I know that I'm going to make some change. You know what I mean? They're kind of that kind of long-term thing. So I just want to kind of get your...
If you look what Ed was just describing there, the Glazer family is split on United. They want... 3 of them wanted their money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
because the older two, as in Joel and Amran, they're the ones with the bigger voice. Then they said, "Nah, you need to hold tight, man. Like, I'll give you a loan if you need some money for a project, but you're not getting it from United because Sir Jim said he looked at every avenue to buy the club outright.
Yeah,
and the only avenue they gave him was the 27.5% or whatever. And remember, he had to buy Class A and B shares as well. Because the people that had the Class B shares said, hold on. You're not just buying their shares and leaving us hanging. You need to make us liquid so we can move on from United. So the people that had the Class B shares took their money and run, like what the other 3 Glazers wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very similar thing, Norms, to what's going on there. So now, because they're saying that, just say like now, and this is hypothetical, they're saying if the Sheikh came in now and offered the Glazers the same money for their 75, whatever it's, 74 something, they could take it and leave him in bed with the Sheikh. Leave Sir Jim, and Sir Jim couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So when I'm reading that, I'll say that sounds crazy. But you didn't want to sell the Sheikh 100% of the club.
Yeah.
Now you could just say, listen, if we get 6 billion for the 74%,
that would be criminal. Yo, listen, that would be criminal. That would be criminal. But great business for them.
And I'm gonna say this. In right. I just don't see the man's eating pork. I'm gonna leave it at that. That will drop in your spirit at some point. If that happens, I don't see the next man's eating pork. They're not gonna do it. They said, nah, we ain't doing that. So that forces someone else's hand to what Chelsea have going on right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
It's a bad one. Crazy analogy. I know, but
no. I hear what you're saying, though. I
don't see it. I don't see them doing that.
I don't think Chelsea's plans for 8 years. I think it's 4 or 5 years. I think that's when you're going to see Chelsea really come into their own.
So Chelsea internally have their plan, but because of the clause Roman Abramovich put in, which is genius, is Roman Abramovich said whoever buys the club legally cannot pull money out of the club until 10 years.
Mm.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Okay.
So anything they're doing now is to generate what happens in. Why do you think these men are slapping 7-year contracts on these guys?
Yeah, that
makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but Abramovich did that so that you don't get the Glazer situation where debt is on the club early.
Yeah.
So it's to protect it. I've got a theory. I think Roman buys back the club once his sanctions are gone. Anyway.
That would be wild, you know.
That would be wild.
That would be wild.
Back in England,
it's Roman.
I don't see that happening. But can you imagine
that ship sail?
You just see a holding company from an anonymous buyer.
Right.
A holding company, a holding company.
It's true. You can go down there.
And then as soon as it's done, you're going to see Roman's yacht on the River Thames, hooked up by a bridge. Roman's yacht.
People them asking how that fit under Tower Bridge.
Right.
Well, listen. So we get it as you want success. Or trophies over long-term profits and all of that, and I absolutely get it. But it's a double-edged sword because they are making money for the club. They know their game. They're hedge fund guys. These guys are venture capitalists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what they do for a living.
Yeah.
They look at it and say, we know that further down the road, Chelsea going to be worth this. Our players are going to be worth this. So it's just flipping commodities. That's what it's all about. Some fans like it. I think obviously fans are yearning and for a Roman Abramovich, but that era is gone for now. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
In short, if we start winning, the drama calms down.
I think the
noise goes down.
Yeah, and that is, and I think that is the elephant in the room. Yeah, is because if you continue buying, as Chile alluded to earlier on, that you've spent $1.5 billion. Yeah, there's an expectation. Yeah. Well, no. What he was basically trying to say is we spent 800 million, and we didn't win the league, and they spent 1.5. So there's not an expectation. But you know how the football world works. You know how fans work. You spend all that money. You'd think you'd go for the ties, but I think it's the time
out there for the What's Going On podcast.
but yeah,
I don't think we're finished. I think Oshiman's coming in January. We've just signed João Felix. We've just signed Pedro Neto. We've just signed Jadon Sancho.
Is Mudryk going to go out on loan in January then?
Mudryk is finished. I'm sorry. That was a publicity stunt. And I just want to say sorry to Arsenal because we laughed at you, but you've got the last laugh. But, it's all right because I've got some quality out there now. And I don't think the spending's finished. I don't.
I personally think Todd B sentiments. Todd B and Roman link up takeover as proxy.
Could you imagine that?
Woo!
Could you imagine Todd Abramovich being the backer
for Todd in the background?
Oh no.
I don't even want to think about that, bro.
and you know that Roman is missing Chelsea. We know this.
Oh, he's in pain.
100%.
He's in pain watching all of this.
100%, 100%. But look, it is what it is. Listen, the story will go on, the drama will go on. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Because I said I think Todd has put a 2-month timeline this to get this resolved.
Right.
Let's see what happens in 2 months' time. Yeah, November is coming. See you on Guam. Probably I'll be
hopefully
out.
chaos.
Me and Ez will be out in Jamaica sunning ourselves, so that's all right. But listen, I just want to finish off quickly with Carsley football, guys. I know, Big D's not an England fan; he's a Brazilian fan, so it doesn't pertain to him. But I was quite, I watched the game against Ireland. I saw the first 45 minutes. I thought, some nice, expansive football. Is this going to bode well for England going forward in the future compared to Southgate football or Northgate football, as you want to call it? Just going to just quickly go around the room, get your views on it. If you did watch the game, it was a bit of a hard watch yesterday. They eventually came out 2-0 winners against Finland. But look, at the end of the day, Carsley is taken over as interim manager. I think Paul Merson said it's his job to lose. He's got Cashley Cole sitting with him as the assistant coach. So we'll see what happens there. What do you think of the football that you've seen? I know it's only 2 games in, and I know it's the mashup friendly that we're watching, which I just don't know why they're playing these friendlies. Well, they're not friendlies, but we know what they are. They're competitive friendlies that they decided that they're going to throw in and get more money out of it. What was your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the game if you did watch it, and are you liking what you see?
I think that it was fine both games, but we were playing Ireland and Finland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For to be able to say that he's better than Southgate or he's done better than Southgate, he needs to win either the Euros or the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Because Southgate got to the finals.
Yeah.
So the only way you can better that is to win.
He's been to 2, and he's been to 2 finals, isn't he?
2 finals, yeah.
So is he interim?
Yeah, he's
at this moment.
Interim, yeah.
Right. So it's literally
but Southgate started off as interim as well.
Yeah. So he's literally interviewing for the real job, isn't he? Really?
Yeah. But what I would say, because obviously you've got the World Cup qualifiers coming up in March and stuff like that, and then I think the World Cup is it next year?
2026.
2026 in America and Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that he will go into that 26 season in terms of the World Cup that year as the England manager, interim, or get the job full time? Because at some point they're going to have to make a decision. Or are there other managers out there? You got the likes of the Newcastle manager, where they're still talking about maybe he could take over. Or that's what I'm just saying. Going forward, seeing football, 2 games, and you see the 2 games that they played was Finland and Northern Ireland. So there are bigger tests, and those bigger tests will probably come. I'll say those bigger tests will come in the World Cup qualifiers. But then when you see that teams like San Marino, I'm thinking, well, when would you really see it? Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like
if he wins, continues winning, and then he'll get the job. If he doesn't, it's like what that idiot Merson said. It's his to lose, really.
Listen, the idiot, yeah.
I don't know whether England might take a stab in the dark and say, Jurgen, come and manage us.
I mean, he's
cost him a lot of money, Kof.
He ruled himself.
A lot of money for Jurgen.
I've got to jump off in a second.
Yeah.
But I've just seen a report come out from Matt Law, who's a good journalist he did several journalist things. Yeah. He just said Graham Potter, Frank Lampard, and Eddie Howe are top on England's list.
No, not
Frank Lampard.
No. What's Lampard done to warrant that?
He's not Frank, man.
Are you joking? I hope they're joking.
They've got to be.
They have to be.
Got to be.
Especially with Frank, honestly.
Eddie Howe, but not Frank Lampard.
But this guy is one of the most FA speech talksmen. So watch this space, gents. That's a horrible take, I think. Frank Lampard shouldn't be on there. Graham Potter shouldn't be on there.
No. Only for me, Eddie Howe. But as I said, we'll see how this Lee Carsley gets on. Because if he continues in this vein, You know what I mean? He's got an
and like you say, we're not playing Italy and Spain in the qualifiers. Playing San Marino or whoever it is.
Yeah. So we'll see how that sort of how that all pans out in those qualifiers. Do you know what I mean? And just watch this space. But for the football that I've seen, you know, it looks good, nice, especially in the I know it's only Ireland, but is it Northern Ireland or Ireland? I think it was Ireland. Ireland. The first 45 minutes was fantastic in terms of the, you know.
Did you celebrate for Kane yesterday?
No. No, I didn't. And I will not.
It's actually scandalous that he's still trying to drag his beat up body to play for England. It's like, I don't get it. Because he had a poor tournament and he's back. And you're thinking, this new manager, if he's auditioning, you would think, okay, this is my audition here. Let me hang my hat on someone else and see where this goes. But maybe, again, the FA are telling him what he can and cannot do. So it's an interesting one for me. Looking from the outside, looking in. Like, what I go on there, really, you know?
Yeah. Potter's okay. Scott Parker's available. Jose, you know, he's another candidate. But listen, we'll see. But look, you know, there's a massive weekend coming up. Big North London derby. Listen, get your predictions in. Just quickly put it in the chat before we go. I'm with the team that we've got. I'm still gonna have to back my team. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 victory. I won't be putting that. Look at that. Who's there? Is it 2-1 for you, Rich Friday? But I know. I know Chile. I know Chile is going to go and do Tottenham 2, Arsenal 1, because that's all he ever puts in his 2-1. He always backs his team 2-1. But I'm saying 2-1 to Arsenal. But obviously, when I come to do what's going on prediction, I'll be choosing another team. Because obviously we need to be putting that in for the weekend. So don't forget, guys, put in your predictions for game week 4. Jason at the moment is bottom of the pile. Ez is in 5th place. I think Kofi's topping it with 5 points. He got an exact score last week. So it's Kofi, Big D, Chili, myself, Ez, and Jay with 0 points.
Ez isn't at the bottom.
No, he's not at the bottom, believe it or not. Yeah, so, but Jay did promise, he says, don't worry, I will not be at the bottom. By the end of that, what's going on Prediction League, I will not be at the bottom.
And Chili, those days are over.
I'm glad to hear it, because when I was watching you eat that chili, you didn't look happy.
Yeah, that was a bad one to watch, man.
I'm sure.
Did you see how he tried
the toilet wasn't happy either.
Hey, listen,
the toilet wasn't happy either.
I'm so sure there's people that go back to that video just to watch it. That's going to be the most viewed.
The funny thing is, I did go back and watch it. I did laugh, chuckle to myself. I must admit, it was good. But I'm sure the toilet.
But Norman, let me ask you about that miscarriage of justice that's happened. Sol Campbell. Should he be a knight? Should it be Sir Judas?
What I'm going to say about that, if I speak, I'll be in trouble. I don't know what this guy's on, you know. Sol Campbell is kind of left field right now. Yeah,
he's very sensitive, on as well.
He's thinking his left field, bro. Yeah, the only decent thing he did in life, Ez is gone, but big up to him. The only decent thing he did in life, was walk across that divide, that North London divide, and come to the Arsenal, and win some titles. And
that's exactly why he can't get recognised, because his character is of a traitor.
And traitors, in the back of the day, if you're a traitor, it's treason.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but do you feel he feels aggrieved that he hasn't managed in the top flight or big club or anything like that?
He's not ready. He's not ready to manage a big club. I mean, listen, he got chances at
Kofi. I can tell. Kofi, you just got a new manager. You just got a new manager. What would you have done if it was Sol Campbell instead of Slot?
Yeah, but Frank Lampard managed Chelsea.
Yeah, so why didn't you get Sol Campbell?
No, but I would get sold.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you look at it, like if Liverpool were going to go down that road, then it would have been a Johnny Barnes or someone like that. If you were saying, okay, like for sentiment value or whatever, go with a ex-pro that was kind of
no, they could have Chelski, man. Let them have
Emil.
Emil.
I tell you what, you see, we run joke on Emil, right? But you know, the city of Leicester loves Emil. You know, a lot in Leicester.
Yeah.
There's a lot for charity in Leicester.
Listen, his only problem, D, was that he wasn't clinical.
Yeah.
All the rest of it, he was very good.
Yeah,
but isn't he managing Leicester women's team? I'm sure he is.
I know he's doing something. He's doing big things there in Leicester.
I think he's managing Leicester's women's team. I'm sure of it. I might be.
That's where his family is, Norm, isn't it? His family is in Leicester.
Yeah. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it. But correct me if I'm wrong. Check it out. But yeah. But listen, people, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for taking part. Before you leave, hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you are new. The weekend is upon us. It's massive games. Man United are going to be playing at 12:30 down at the South Coast against Southampton. I expect a big win from Man U. I don't know what Big D's saying. Liverpool, well, listen, you got.
I need some more slot ships.
And there is the big North London derby where we go away to Tottenham on Sunday at 2:00. I don't know why they put it at 2:00. Why don't they put it at 4:30 kickoff?
Because they want it as early as possible so everyone don't get drunk.
Yeah, that's probably that's probably the reason. You got a point there. You actually got a point there. Yeah, you actually got a point there. So listen, it is what it is. So it is a big weekend of games. I will be appearing on Monday nights on the OTB, the On the Ball football with Shigs and Chili, and we will be reviewing the Tottenham North London derby. Please. I'll say please. And if we do lose, Chili, take it easy on me, yeah?
I will do. You do the same, man. We got a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. We got a gentleman's agreement. Yeah, my name is Pinocchio. My new name is Pinocchio. Yeah. But listen, big up to everybody. Listen, fantastic for staying with us so long. We go again next week, as I said. What's going to be the fallout at the weekend? It's going to be a great weekend. Looking forward to it. Listen, despite the injuries, listen, we go into that game. Come on, Arsenal. Go and show us proud. Please do not lose. Whatever you do not lose. That's all I'm going to say. Please hit the like button, subscribe and share with us.
Come on, you Spurs.
We're out of here. Take care and God bless.
Take care.